Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are live. As you are tuning in, let me know that you're here. If you're on the replay, say hello. And if this is the very first training masterclass that you have ever watched live or on the replay, type first timer in the comments. Let me know your business. Tell us what you do. And if you're on the replay, you can just go ahead and fast forward a little bit while we get started. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Sabrina. Hey, Siobhan. Yay, Nikki. Oh my gosh, is that your first masterclass? I'm so happy that you're here. That's awesome. Karima. Hi, beauty. On Facebook. Yeah, Nikki, we normally hang out on Instagram. Do you love our theme song? This is our theme song. It gets us in the vibe. But before we do any masterclass, any training, we bring this music, we bring this beat, and it's like a portal opens. Now, if this is the very first time that you've called me, I'm just going to open the comments over here. And the first time that we have done a live training together, I am so happy that you're here. I'm looking at comments so we can have a two-way conversation down here on my laptop. So if I'm looking down, that's what I'm doing. And I am also going to be looking at, I've got a lot that we want to cover today. So I'm going to make sure I keep us on track. So if I'm looking down, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at my notes and I'm also looking at you amazing humans. Hey, Deb, legend, so good. Michelle, you're in the house. Amazing quantum healer and divine feminine coach, embodiment teacher. So good. Welcome, Siobhan, first time. This is amazing. And we are in for a treat today. So in this training, we're going to be spending about 60 minutes together. Whether you are live or on the replay, I really invite you to engage as much as possible. I love seeing the breakthroughs that are happening. And as always, we're going to bring as much to the table as possible to help you achieve amazing results. We're specifically going to be looking at what to focus on to start signing more clients online, how to write content that converts, what type of posts to make, and what to prioritize to start getting to 10K months, 5-figure months consistently in your coaching or healing business without following everyone else's rules. How does that sound? Does that sound like what you're looking for? Oh my gosh, Chai, I'm so happy that you're here, beautiful. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Sound good? Just give us some love if you are ready for this. Yes, amazing. So good. I am excited. I am excited. We've got some magic. We're going to be loving it. Yes, amazing. Woohoo! Okay, cool, cool, cool. If you haven't already got a pen and paper, make sure you do that. Hey, Sarah. And what I want to hear throughout, either as you were going or afterwards, is I want to hear your biggest breakthroughs, because we become coaches, right? I know some of you are copywriters, some of you are healers, some of you are in the service-based industry. So I'm just going to use coaches being a collective phrase where we help people. We help people change their lives. We help people change their businesses. We help people get phenomenal results. And we become coaches for that purpose, right? We get into this industry to change lives. But some of the challenges that we end up facing, I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but we start to experience this reality where you started your business and you're gung-ho around the impact that you're about to make. And all of a sudden we realize that we've got to learn how to sell. We've got to learn how to market. Like, we've got the reality now of this business that we've started, and now we don't have enough clients. Like, shit, how did that happen? We've got all of these ideas, but we're not seeing the results. We feel overwhelmed with all of the stuff that we've got to do. We're not getting enough inquiries. We're not converting the inquiries that do come in. Maybe you even get an inquiry come in and you're like, holy shit, now what do I do? And ultimately, when this happens, we start to feel confused. We question our own self-worth, who we are. We feel anxious. We wake up in the middle of the night with panic attacks, not knowing how we're going to pay our bills. Like, this isn't the reality that we signed up for. Can anyone relate to this? Is this anyone else's story? Like, what even is this? Maybe we even see others crushing it online and we feel jealous. And then we're trying to coach people about empowerment while navigating our own feelings of envy. Like, this isn't what we signed up for. Oh my gosh. How did this happen? And so the opportunity that we've got today in this class, in the 60 minutes together, it's not a long time, but I'm gonna really show you some really cool things. So we're going to look at how to sign more clients that are aligned, dream clients. You don't have to take on anyone that's misaligned. How to open the floodgates of abundance, get clear on your offers, and then what to post so that your content that you're posting isn't a waste of time. You're not throwing spaghetti at the wall hoping that it sticks. You're posting knowing that it's going to bring people in the door. How does that sound? Right? And when we do this, we know that this is the key that's going to allow us to feel that proof of concept, right? Like, you're trying to convince your partner or your family, your friends, like, I'm building this coaching business. It's working. Trust me. Just wait. And everything that we're going to be diving into to sign more clients, to have inquiries coming in, to be able to convert those inquiries into paying customers, is going to allow you to see your dreams coming to life. Is going to allow you to feel that sense of accomplishment and pride for what you've created, for the business that you've built from the ground up. Right? You're going to feel that joy. I don't know about you, but whenever you get a message from someone and they're saying, like, you have changed my life, is that not the best feeling as coaches? Oh, so good. And when we learn how to sign clients and we learn how to write content that converts, we get to experience more of this, more of this, more of this, more of this, right? It allows us to create our dream life in the process. So you're not chained to your desk or stuck in your current reality. It gives you the freedom to live the life that you want to live while doing the work that you want to do. Does this sound good? So I'm going to, again, first masterclass, if you've never been here, welcome. I'm going to invite you to do something a little different. I operate differently than most people, than most coaches. If it is safe and good for you to do so, I'm going to invite you to close down your eyes and join me in an intention setting. It is at 11:11 a.m. right here. If you're in New Zealand, I've just arrived back from 3 months in the States. What a perfect time to begin. So I'm going to hold an intention for us. I'm going to set an intention for us. And then we're going to start to dive into the content. So if it's safe and good for you to do so, your eyes are closed. Start breathing, just taking some nice, deep, long, slow breaths. Of course, it's 11:11. And what I want you to do is you're breathing and just allowing your body to relax. I want you to imagine that as you're breathing in a huge sense of gratitude, of appreciation. And as you breathe out, I want you to relax your body even more. Noticing where you're holding on to anxiety, fear, doubt, where you're in a space of contraction, which ultimately keeps us blocked. It lessens our magnetism and dilutes our life force. And so as you breathe in, you're breathing in this power that's within you, this gratitude, this love, the remembrance of why you started your business. why you do what you do. Perhaps you know exactly why, and perhaps you imagine this right now. Perhaps there is someone that you're doing this for. Perhaps it is the version of you when you're 100 years old, knowing that you've gone all in on your life. And right now in this moment, you're imagining that moment where you look back in hindsight and saying yes to going all in, to your vision, to your goals, to the biggest impact that you can possibly make. Taking a big breath and just holding an intention that this why, this reason why you're showing up and serving and going all in starts to come into fruition and starts to impact the lives that you know that you're here to impact, and that you start to operate in this stream of abundance and in harmony with your soul, with your magic, with your power, with your gifts, with your medicine. Perhaps your story is going to change millions of lives. Perhaps you're already the testimony of your medicine, of your work. And you're embodied in the knowing of proof that your work works. And so hold the intention that today you clear any doubt, any limitation, any fear, any anxiety, any frequencies or emotions that are keeping you stuck. And that as a result of today and from this training and from being here, live or on the replay, you step into and unlock your next level of service, of impact, of abundance, that you become magnetic in your mission, and you start to attract opportunities and open the doors to align clients coming in with ease. That business feels good, that success is your reality, and that you know your abundance is just who you are. The results that you desire are inevitable. And hold the intention for everyone else that's in this space, knowing that you can celebrate another person's success. You've unlocked the frequency of abundance for yourself too. Taking a big breath, feeling that energy of love, of gratitude, lighting up your whole body. And when you're ready, using that breath to bring yourself back into your body, back into the room, back into your center, back into your alignment. Energized, ready to rock and roll. Coming all the way back, all the way back, all the way back. And when you're ready, opening your eyes. And welcome back. When you're here, let me know. How was that? How are you feeling? Ready? Let's go. Hey, Rose. Hey, Trudy. Hey, Linda. Hey, Moira. Hey, AJ. Hey, Tiffany. Woohoo. We got friends all over the globe. This is so fabulous. Oh, thank you, Deb. Welcome home. Back for a few months. Beautiful. Okay, so I want to share with you just something very, very simple, right? For many of you, maybe you already know my story. I just want to share where I started, because it's easy to look at someone who's crushing it or who's succeeding and go, yeah, but, right? And I want to show you what's possible. Hey, Heidi, I want to show you what's possible, and I want to share a little bit of what it's taken to arrive in this space today. So a few years into my sobriety journey, I had gone from this moment in 2016 where I woke up in hospital, and I was in a hospital gown with no pants on, and I was surrounded by nurses, I was surrounded by doctors, and I was hearing the nurses telling me that I was lucky to be alive. And I'm feeling the most intense remorse, like grief, like a dagger in my heart. Have you ever had one of those moments where you know that you have fucked up royally and that no matter what you do, you can't take back what you've just done? This was one of those moments for me. And in that moment, I made a decision to get sober. I knew that I was headed down a very dark path and I didn't know where I was going. I had no idea what I was stepping into. I just knew what I didn't want to experience. And so I prayed and I said to Creator, to the universe, look, I do not know how I'm going to do this. I don't know anyone that doesn't drink. I don't know anyone that's sober. I don't know how to even do this, right? Can you, like, how often do you want something, but you have no idea how to get it, right? This was this moment for me. I just, like, my entire life turned upside down. The love of my life had left me. My parents had been called. I had to move back in with my parents. Like, I'd walked away from my job, moved back to New Zealand. I was living overseas at the time. And it was just like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? Wake up, Libby. And so I made a commitment on the 30th. It was the 30th of January, 2016. And I said, I don't care what I have to do, but I will do anything to get my life back on track. Universe, show me the way. And I didn't know what I was stepping into. I had zero idea, right? Often people come to me and they'll tell me, like, Libby, how do you manifest when you don't know what you want? Like, you always talk about what's the vision. Well, you often start your journey based on what you don't want. And so I had no idea what the direction that I was going, but I knew that I was stepping away, right? And, psychologically, you're always avoiding pain or chasing pleasure. So I knew that I was getting away from the hell that I'd just been walking through. My life was on this downward spiral. And from that moment, I made this decision to turn my life around. And then fast forward a few years after that, it was 2017, 2018. And I found myself sitting in corporate. I was in the manager's office. My boss, I was 2IC of the campus. My boss came in and said, hey, take a seat. And I sat in the boss's chair, getting ready to take over the whole campus. I was teaching at the time in the tourism industry. I was responsible for hundreds of students, 20 staff, and I was getting primed to take over and be one of the main managers. And I'm like, this is amazing. This is fantastic on paper. But, like, I'm crying every day on my way to work. I'm stressed. I'm burned out. Like, I'm working 60-hour weeks. I'm studying on the weekends. Like, this isn't the life that I signed up for. It's great on paper. But, like, there is more. Like, there is so much more. I don't want to spend my life living for the weekends. Even though I was sober, I was like, all I could think about was Friday. When's Friday going to come? I would get to Sunday night and I would think about Monday morning. I'm like, oh, like, can something happen so that I don't have to go to work? So this isn't a way that I want to live, right? And like you, I knew that I was born for more. Who knows this? Like, you've always known that you're here for more. Like, the life that most people live, right? We're having this conversation because you know that there's a part of you that's destined to live a completely different way than society has primed you and prepped you for, right? And so I knew that there I was sitting in this chair. I'm like, this isn't it. It's great on paper. Like, but I knew that I had a bigger purpose. And I'd started this blog at the time about how I'd gone from the girl that would always get us kicked out of a nightclub, the girl who would go behind the bar when the bar staff weren't looking and pour myself and my friends beer and cider and get us all kicked out, or who would get sloppy after too many tequila shots, who would spend all of her paycheck on drugs and alcohol, would find the nearest drug dealer and get out all of my money and give it to them. Like, to sober? What? How? So I'd started this blog just sharing, like, you guys, this is crazy. I live this really different life now. And I'm just sharing it anonymously. But I was sharing it on, like, writing the blog and then sharing the anonymous blog on my personal Facebook. And so people that I used to party with, they started seeing this crazy life that I was now living. Crazy as in like aligned, very spiritual, very on purpose, very centered. Like, how? So they started reaching out. Libby, can you tell us how you've done that? Like, I think I'm going through something as well. Can you help? Right? And it's on my lunch breaks, I was coaching on FaceTime, and I would open my open Messenger and do a video call with people that I was connecting with online, like just giving them tips and advice. And I was a professional mentor and coach in my career, so coaching was very natural for me. And I had background in psychology, so it was like all of the stuff that I had done throughout my life and throughout my career was starting to come into aligned direction. You know, those moments where you're like, I feel like every decision that I've made has been leading up to this point. So I was 2 years sober at this point. I had no idea the purpose of me even getting sober apart from not to die and to live. And all of a sudden, okay, I'm helping people with this. This is working. Like, there's something in this. And one day I walked into corporate, and I just knew that I could not stand another day. I couldn't, like, it was like, I can't continue being this anxious, creating someone else's dream, being told when to eat lunch and when I can go to the bathroom and when I can have time off, and overworking so much and feeling so undervalued. Right? Can you relate? Do you know what have you experienced this yourself? Let me know in the comments. Right? And so from this moment, I decided to put my psychology degree and all my professional training to use. And so my gateway into coaching was helping people get sober, right? Like you've probably had a gateway into the work that you're doing now. And what happened then, it was like I started helping people change their life, right? And then helping them step into their purpose and helping them monetize their purpose, and then helping them create success with the monetization of their purpose, and helping them rewrite their relationship with selling their services when it feels so soul aligned, right? And now, right, like that was like, now this is crazy. This was only 6 years ago. 2018 was when I stepped into this. And since then, I've now coached over 1,000 people transform their lives, manifest their dreams. I've helped dozens of entrepreneurs scale and create 6 and 7 figure businesses. I remember one of my clients in 2019, she said, Libby, I'm going to be your first 7-figure client. And she started out, like, built her first 6-figure business in her first year. And then now she's completely surpassed me in terms of her results, because the work that we did was get her into alignment, get her out of the corporate way of thinking, get her into her soul. She's an amazing businesswoman. She always has been. That she just took the work that we did and is flying with it. And in not that a long amount of time, it's a very short amount of time. And this is across many different industries, right? And, think about helped an actor who's up and coming manifest her dream roles, to influencers, to a ex-lieutenant colonel who's trained 10,000 soldiers, who's now one of New Zealand's top leadership coaches, right? And the work that we do, right, whether it's helping someone get their business off the ground, or whether it is helping someone take their already successful business and take it to new levels, is because of the stuff that we're about to dive into, right? It's alignment. It's learning how to turn your soul's work into a way that feels really good for you to serve, a way that feels really easy for people to say yes to what you're offering. And one of the biggest gaps, one of the biggest revelations that I have had, and this started to come about when I got a call from national TV last year, and they're like, hello, can you come and give us your opinion on sobriety? Right? I'm like, the national TV is calling me. This is insane. Right? And I realized that there is this thought leadership part of my business that I want to really share with you, that's going to help you become the go-to in your industry, right? When I look at the media interviews that I've done, I'm like, my work is very unorthodox. It's very not mainstream. It's a new paradigm. It's my company paradigm. It's a new paradigm. It's a new way of thinking. And people were starting to be open and available to hearing these concepts, right? You guys thought I was going to give you some tactical pieces. We're going to get to the tactical pieces in a moment, but I want to give you the energy of this first, right? Because the revelation that I've had is that in order to be the thought leader and to change lives and to create, whether it's multi six figures or whether you just want to live, get to 10K months and that's enough for you, or whether you're like, I'm going to 8 figures, 9 figures, like I know that's where I'm headed. I know that I'm here to change millions of lives. Like regardless, there is one piece that when you do this, everything else falls into place, right? And that is that you have to be, you ready for it? Have to be in alignment. And what does that mean? What does that mean? It's literally what we're about to dive into. So stay with me. All right. So when I think back to the journey and when I think about, okay, we're all coaches, we're all here to change the world, right? There is nothing that you need to prove. There is nothing that you need to prove because you are the testimony and the embodiment of your work, right? So as soon as you stop needing to prove anything and you are who you are and you know who you are, right? This is one of the first pieces, right? You know that you're here to make a difference. You know that you're here to be of service, right? And when I think back to where most people are when they start their coaching business as well, for me, it was like all I wanted was to be able to live a life where I'm not constantly having to work for someone else's dreams. I'm like, I've got dreams. I've got a mission that I'm here for. I've got an impact that I want to make. I want to spend my days doing that. I don't want to be told when to eat, what to do. I want to have the freedom to be able to wake up when I want, do what I want, spend each day as I choose, have location independence, be able to live where I want. Like I always believed this. I was a travel agent in my first, after I finished university with psychology. Is like, I just wanted to travel all the time. And for me, the world is one place. I can't, like the concept of passports and stuff, I find really strange. But anyway, maybe that's another, another business we can create. Hey, Jacinda. So when I think back to 2018, and maybe some of you are still here in this spot, in this space in your business, I was feeling trapped. I was feeling exhausted. And no matter how hard I worked, hardly anyone was buying. I won't say no one was buying because hardly, a few people were, but I was scraping by. I was even cleaning toilets at a yoga studio in exchange for a membership because I couldn't afford the $20 a week, whatever the membership was, to practice. Right? And I was like, this isn't why I quit corporate. I quit corporate to go into my dreams. My dream's not to sit here cleaning toilets so that I can practice yoga. Like this isn't what I signed up for. There's got to be another way, right? So I went all in, really looking at, this is why I'm so big on the inner work, because I started to look at my business journey, entrepreneurial journey, the same way that I did as my recovery journey, right? From the inside out. And when I started living in my alignment with my message, my mission, right? My deepest soul desire, oftentimes when I look at why someone's not achieving the results that they want is because they're trying to chase a goal that's not even their goal. It's not actually what you want. And it's very hard to create results when you're setting up your business based on what someone else has told you is a good idea, right? So spend a lot of time focusing on what do you actually want? What do you desire? How do you want to do it? Right. And then I started implementing. So I focused on myself. I started focusing on what I want, who I'm being. I did a lot of identity work. I did a lot of A lot of shadow work, a lot of healing work, this is how I started to get into shamanic work, because I'm fantastic at mindset, I'm fantastic at psychology, but there is stuff that I don't know why, but whenever I have a moment to myself, tears start coming out, anger starts coming out. So I knew I had some work. I had to find a way to become who I wanted to be in this life without my emotions projecting everywhere, right? And what I learned afterwards is that it's my you know, years, maybe even lifetimes, maybe even generations worth of suppression when we spend a lifetime suppressing. And then in my case, I was numbing to suppress it even more, numbing with alcohol, numbing with drugs, numbing with sex, numbing with relationships, numbing with money, numbing with like literally anything, spending money rather, like any food, smoking, like biting my nails to try and not feel. And so in 2018, what I did when I was trying really hard to make my business work is I spent probably just as much time, if not more time, on my own personal healing. And what that meant was going beyond the mind. This is where I started discovering breath work. I started discovering deep energy work, deep shamanic work, where you're able to access the parts of us within that the Western world doesn't acknowledge. And this is how I went when I started aligning my strategies, my business strategies, and how I was showing up. This is how I went in 2018 from doing $200 a month to maybe $2,000 a month to, by the end of 2018, start of 2019, so within the first year of business, from like zero, $200, 2000, $2,000 a month. I was like, woohoo! To the next year doing $10,000 to $16,000 a month in 2019. That was our 2019. Then 2020 was our first 200K year. And then in the last 4 years, so we're now 2024, in the last 4 years, we've done $1.2 million in revenue. Right? Like, how? And I work less now than I did in 2018, but what I do is very focused because I'm so clear on who I am and my mission and my message and who I'm here to serve and what I'm here to do. And I trust my intuition, and I've developed the muscle of self-trust so much that it doesn't make sense. Right? And we're just warming up. Like, this blows my mind. And this is why I'm so confident that when you start to apply this for you, this is why I'm so confident that I can help you get results. I can't tell you when, because everyone's on their own timeline. You've got different traumas, you've had different experiences, you've had different upbringings, you've had different beliefs, right? Like, when I look at someone, I'm going to give you the first piece of the formula in a moment. And the first piece, this will make sense. Because when you're working with, like, no one is the same. And this is why I've developed this formula that when we apply it, it's unique to you. Because you've got, let's say, Sarah, you've had a different upbringing than Linda, who's had a different upbringing than Michelle, who's had a different upbringing than Jacinda, right? Who's had a different experience of life than Monica, than Brian. Like, you've all got these completely different wirings energetically, subconsciously. You've got from a shamanic perspective, it's like the energetic agreements that we have, which are energetic agreements are to your energy body what beliefs are to your mind, right? So it's like these unconscious, it's not even of the mind, right? It's in your energy field. Beliefs, essentially, that they vibrate at a specific frequency that are based on the time of your birth, the location of your birth, your direct family, your outer family and friends and school and education and churches and places that you spent time as a child. And then you've got the country that you were born in, so the culture, country, and then you've got collective beliefs. So you think of, for example, any child that was born in 2020, right? Collectively, all children born in 2020 are going to have a very similar frequency of agreements, right? So this all plays into it as well, which is why we don't know how long it's going to take, because we don't know where your alignment is until we start looking at it. Because you might be having this experience, and your soul is having this complete is asking you to have this completely other experience, a different experience, because that's part of your purpose, because that's part of your impact and mission that you're here to make in the world, right? It's always coming back to your soul, your alignment, your purpose, how you're here to serve. What you experienced to get to who you truly are, right? Your sovereignty, that might be a completely like deep journey to rewrite so much of what you've been conditioned to believe that's not actually your alignment. So when we talk about your alignment, it's your soul, your purpose, your mission, your destiny, your dharma, who you're here to be. And that can only take place once you get clear on who you're not, right? So a lot of times the alignment process, the abundance journey, your success journey, I talk about success and alignment with your soul. It's not about needing to become someone. It's actually about removing the layers that are getting in the way of who you truly are, right? And then we can blend the two, because then we look at, well, who you're stepping into, and you can collapse time, right? Which is that's based on vibration and frequency and alignment, right? Which is a whole lot of this work. But let's go through some tactics now. Is this helpful? Is this resonating? Yeah, awesome. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Amazing, Sarah. Cool. Hey, Tisha. Cool. Okay. So this is so when I'm looking at the different results that that you want to get, right? I look at the different results that I've created. I look at my clients that have taken the work that we've done, and they're soaring, and they're like surpassed me in their results, which is amazing. I feel like that's every coach's dream, right? And I look at people that over the last 6 years, when I look at people that we started working together 6 years, I've got some clients, this is so cool, that ever since I shifted into purpose coaching, they've been with me the whole time. So I've seen their journeys, and what is it that contributes to success? What are all the pieces? So I've looked at hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of examples of what works, what doesn't work, what makes people get the results, what's actually unnecessary to focus on. This is a big thing, is everyone's like, what do I focus on? Focus on your alignment. Okay. Focus on your alignment, how you want to serve. If you're overwhelmed, the more that you get to know who you are, the more that you get to know yourself, your decision-making process, what's important to you, what you really want, self-trust. Like, this is some of the most important work that you will do, because then everything else becomes obsolete. And then all that confusion that you're experiencing melts away. And so when I look at, okay, if I'm helping someone, for example, the lieutenant colonel, right? Like, that's a very different type of person than the early 20s actor that I was coaching, who's now crushing it. She's just, I can't share some exciting news, but she shared with me some very exciting news just like last month or the month before, of something that we were working on when we were coaching together 4 years ago. And so when I look at, whether it's clients or customers or opportunities, right? Because the actor, she doesn't have clients as such, she manifests the opportunities, but it's still the same formula. And so when it's, for example, if it's an influencer, their clients are brands that they might be representing. But if you're a coach, your clients are normally, whoever they are, everyday people. Maybe you coach corporates, so it's businesses, maybe it's like B2B. But there is a formula that when you apply it to your work in your industry, that I've seen work hundreds of times, I'm not going to say every industry, many industries, from this work. Okay, so the first piece, you ready for it? Make sure you write it down. All right, so the first piece is, I was trying to get a flip chart for today, but I couldn't order one in time because I just had the idea like yesterday. Next time. So the first piece is you. Right? You are at the top. You draw this out. I'd like to draw a little circle with you. Right? This is you, your personal alignment. This is your healing. This is you being the best version that you can be. Right? And again, if you're getting overwhelmed with like, oh my gosh, where do I start? The way that I have created the results that we have in business, and the way that I now celebrate 8 years since I took my last drink. And I was someone that could not even go 10 days without a drink before. Like, that's a completely different reality shift. That's a completely different paradigm. Is one day at a time, and every day be the best version of me. And then once I was feeling like I was the best version of me, the third part of the equation was, how can I be of the best service? So the first part was, how can I take today just one day at a time? How can I take today just for today? Just get through the day, right? Depending on where you're at in your journey. If you're going through a really challenging time, if you're experiencing something that is just excruciating and you can't even, like, you're just trying to get through right now. Hey, James, you're just trying to get through right now. The best thing that you can do, that I have found works, is just get through today, whatever that means, right? It might mean needing to cancel plans. It might mean doing whatever you can. Like, your primary focus if you're in this stage, if you're going through this chapter, is your own self-care, right? The concept of, you can't, put your mask on before other people's. The second, once you feel like, okay, I've got some momentum, I'm good in who I am, I can think about next week, I can think about tomorrow. It doesn't bring up and riddle my body with anxiety. Like, I can think about more than today now. The next part is being the best version of you, right? The question that I used to ask every day was, how can I be the best version of me? Not, how can I change the world? Just, how can I be the best version of me? When you start to ask questions, your subconscious goes to work to find the answers, right? This is why you've got to be very intentional with the questions that you're asking, very mindful of the questions that you're asking, because your subconscious, your brain is literally wired. It's like, why am I a failure? Your brain is like, computing, okay, producing all answers, producing all possible answers, and it starts spitting out all of these different answers as to why you're a failure, why it never works, right? Flip that, and you're like, why am I always so successful? Your brain is like, computing, and it starts spitting out all of these reasons why you're so successful, right? So whatever questions that you're asking, your brain, and then you look at it from an energetic perspective, is always bringing you the answers of the questions that you are asking, right? So if you're literally asking, how can I be the best version of me, and how can I serve even more today? How can I serve in my best way today? Guess what? You're going to be given your aligned answers, your aligned process, your aligned method. Okay. The second is your offer. So the top is you, right? Your alignment. I always look at it like this as well: purpose, wealth, impact, right? Once you're in purpose, once you focus on your own self-wealth, mindset plus body, right? Health plus soul equals money, right? So wealth from the inside out. I'm just going to close the curtain just a minute. There we go, that's better. And then impact. Once you are aligned in your purpose, once you've got yourself aligned, mind plus body plus soul equals money. Once you've got money, this is going to help you expand your impact. Okay, so that's you. The next line of the equation, anyone that hates maths, you're welcome. This is like algebra. Algebra for success. You, next line is your offer plus your soulmate client plus social media. Okay, those three. On the bottom line equals money, equals revenue. Right? Now, those three can go in any order, but your goal is to align these three. Okay, your offer plus your soulmate client plus your social media. Did you guys just see that? That was hearts. That's amazing. How cool. We got it? Okay, so this is the alignment formula. So to achieve, if we bring this to today's conversation, to achieve 10K months, right, or 5-figure months, this is where you're going to look at your beliefs, your energetics, your soul alignment, your healing, your confidence, your clarity, your purpose, right? We've got that part. And then one of the biggest blocks, I'm coming back to this because I was going to share this before and I forgot. One of the biggest blocks that heart-centered entrepreneurs have, and you probably have this or you have had this at some point in your journey, that's probably keeping you from the money that you want to be making and from the impact that you want to be having in the world, is that sales is icky, or that charging for your soul's work is bad. Does anyone have that belief? Because what if you knew that sales is service? I did a whole sales is service training and heal your relationship with sales yesterday on my Instagram. If anyone wants access to it, just type sales in the comments and I can send you the link to that afterwards, because that is a whole conversation in itself. But if you know that that's something that you experience, you're welcome. There's the piece to work on. Because what I want you to know, okay, amazing. What I want you to know is that when you learn how to sell, you're giving people an opportunity to say yes to their transformation that you provide. So if you're holding back because of your own fear of sales, you're making your service work about you. You're letting your fear get in the way of the impact that you're here to make. And if this is the case, okay, amazing. I see you, sales. Beautiful. I'll send you the training after. Right? If we can shift it now, amazing. If you want to go deeper into it, I'll send you the training. If you find it hard to sell, I could almost guarantee, especially for women, right? We're very good at this, is we find it very hard to receive. Right? We're like, oh, nice outfit. Oh, we discount it. We downplay it. I like your energy. Oh, really? I like your energy. Right? What if you allowed yourself to receive? I like your outfit. Thank you. I love your energy. Thank you so much. Right? I love your energy, Heidi. I love your energy, Siobhan. I love your energy, Jacinda. I love your energy, Michelle. I love your energy, everyone who's here. Hey, Stacey. Happy new motherhood. Congratulations on your baby. I think, no, wrong. Stacey, sorry, you didn't have a baby. Not that I know of. Debbie, I love your energy. Heidi, I love your energy. Heidi twice. Stacey. You guys are amazing. Right? And so when you allow yourself to receive, you allow the other person to fully give. Right? No, baby. Yeah, it's like, I just realized as I was saying that. Like, that's wrong, Stacey. I'm so sorry, Stacey. I forgot. Another Stacey L just had a baby, and I was very excited for her. Right? How sucky is it when you give someone a gift and they're like, oh, thanks. And you can tell they haven't really received it. Or they feel bad. They feel bad for receiving it. You're like, no, I want to give this to you. Right? So when you practice receiving, you're opening the reciprocal energy that happens in a sales process, right? Or in delivering your soul's work, right? You've got this gift, you're sharing it with the world, you're allowing someone to receive it, they're paying you, right? You're saying thank you, and you're giving them something that they value in exchange, right? That's all it is. It's a value exchange, right? And one of the pieces that often blocks entrepreneurs is, well, how much do I charge for this? This is why this is a lot of the important work. You can get clear on this and become confident in charging what you want to charge, right? The value that you know that it is to your dream clients, to your soulmate clients. You allow them to start getting the results that they want to pay for, right? How good does it feel when you pay for something that you really want? Right? It feels really good. You're not the tax lady. You're not something else, right? The electricity bill that most people are like, oh, do I have to pay that? Right? Unless you're in my world, then you'll be grateful for every payment that you have to make. Right? Because that's the energy of abundance. So you're giving people an opportunity to pay you. It's a value exchange. They're excited to receive the thing that you are offering. Right? They're like, thank you so much for changing my life. And thank you for letting me pay you. Right? This is such a big piece that I will always tell you, flirt with the discomfort until it becomes normal. Right? Because it's going to feel uncomfortable to start with, but that doesn't mean that it's not aligned. Right? Often what's aligned won't feel comfortable. Alignment doesn't mean comfort. Okay. So we've got you. We've looked at this. I'm going to shift us into, for the last part of this training, into your offer, your soulmate client, and your social media, because this is where your results are going to come. This is where you're going to start getting 10K months. We've got you. You're focused on your purpose. You're focused on your service. You're focused on your money beliefs. You're focused on being able to charge for your work. You know the worth of your work. You know the value of your work. And you're now confident in selling because you know that it's service and you know that it's a beautiful exchange and you're giving people the opportunity for transformation. And you're also saying yes to stepping into who you're here to be as well. Right? Last time I checked, you can't do very much when you have little money. Right? Like try writing a book. Publishing a book, try flying, unless it's all expenses paid for, right? But to get your foot in the door, try flying to places to meet the people, to do the things, to speak on the stages that you want to speak on. Like, there's an economy out there. We've got to learn how to play the game sometimes, right? Like, we're not in a reality. We're not in a paradigm. And I know a lot of spiritual people want to believe that we're in a paradigm where we don't need money. And if that's the paradigm that you want to play in, that's cool, right? Or there's no right or wrong. Right? I'm playing in a paradigm where I know how the world works. I'm creating the paradigm that we want to create, but I'm also learning how the economy works, that I can play the game to have the impact that we're here to have. Right? So there's some shifts that get to happen around there for a lot of you, I know. The offer that you want to look at, right? So remember, now we've got offer, soulmate client, plus social media. Your offer is so simple. All right. It's your amazing body of work. All it is helping someone get from A to B. Most people at the start, you're trying to put everything into your offers. Your main offer only needs to solve one main problem or achieve one main outcome. There's probably going to be a lot of byproducts in terms of results, in terms of other areas that people's lives are going to change. But the core thing that you need in your offer is a clear outcome and being very clear on where they are to start with, right? And it doesn't have to be, like, for example, if I think of, can someone give me an example of their offer in the comments? Give me an example of your offer and also your goal. Everyone wants to do that. What is your offer? Your main offer. Some of you are going to have lots. Some of you are going to have one. There's no right or wrong, just depending on what's right for you. Okay. So someone's going to start at A. You're going to take them to B. You're going to help them achieve one core outcome. And here is the piece that most people are missing, is you'll have a signature method. This is the how. Okay, this is the how. Because people go, okay, I want that result, right? Let's say they, okay, cool, Jacinda, mindfulness meditation. Okay, so their A would be like, if it's an intro, their starting point is they don't know how to meditate, but they want to start. And then their B is they become students of mindfulness to live a intentional, purposeful life, fulfilled and happy, right? That's probably something how it would be. So this is all you need to include, right? That's all you need to include. The next piece is people are going to ask, well, how do you do that? Right? So you might be sharing, okay, well, it's with the mindfulness method, right? Over 6 weeks, we go through the 3 phases, which is an intro, which is looking at techniques, which is looking at applying it to your life. right? And then you might have different modules within that, but you've got a very simple method, right? And that piece there is what allows people to register and go, oh, okay, I'm here, I'm going there, and this is how, right? If people don't know how, because they're like, that feels too far away, and you can show them the bridge of what to do, of what you're going to help them to do, right? You don't need to give them all the details. You just say, this is what we do to go from here to here. Okay, cool. 5-week journey to reclaim their juiciness, joy, and power. Yeah, cool. Okay, so right now their A is probably, and again, you wanna make the outcome doable, because oftentimes what we do, for example, if someone's just starting out and they've in their business and they've never earned more than $2,000 a month in their life, they probably wouldn't be coming to a training to learn how to make 10K months if they're at zero currently, because the gap is too far that their brain can't compute how that's possible. Right? If that is you, if you are here, that's amazing. Maybe there is another level of self-belief that you've got. You're like, I know that's possible. Maybe you've seen other people with proof of what's possible, so you believe that it's possible for you. But if someone does not believe that it's possible for them, they're not going to invest if your outcome is too far away from where they currently are, because they just don't know. They're like, I don't see that as possible. So oftentimes as coaches, we get so excited. Stacey, you're here. You're here. You got it. Exactly. You got it. We get so excited about the results that we're able to create that we show people what's possible now, and without and it's not necessarily believable for the people that are just starting out. So what you would either do is shift the starting point. So you'd shift the A. So let's say someone, oh, Heidi, yours has disappeared from the screen. Let's say, so they're going to, they're going to joyful and purposeful and fulfilled. So right now, if your A, for example, was, you're currently miserable, burned out, and you want to go to happy, fulfilled, playful, and love with life, that gap may be too much for people to be like, I'm here and I can see myself there. What you might do is move the point A. So instead of being you're currently feeling miserable, to you've healed feelings of misery and loneliness, and now you feel good about who you are, but you know that there is more depth. You know that there is more to life. So you're going from good and getting by to fulfilled and extraordinary and turned on by life, right? Or you would shift the B. So if you want to help people who are currently miserable, you would bring the B back to a place that is easy for them to visualize themselves in their next level, right? And of course, there's going to be unicorns who absolutely can, right? Like if someone offered me a 10-figure training right now, like we get to 7 figures in a year, I'm like, 10 figures in a year? Yeah, I can do that. But I'm probably not going to invest, right? I might watch something free, or I might do something low ticket, or I might learn from these people, but I'm probably not going to invest in a one-on-one close proximity until I'm at like 8 or 9 figures, because then it's more supportive for what I'm going to be looking for to help me in my next level, right? Is that helpful? Soul-led woman, ceremonial and somatic journey. Yeah, cool. So Sarah, is that giving you some ideas of like where's their A and where's their B? Now with that, we're now moving, so that's the offer, right? A to B, one core outcome, and your signature method. Soulmate client is, where are they emotionally? Where are they mentally, spiritually, physically, and financially? Sliding scale. Yeah, this is something that when you tweak it, the A and the B, it's like the tiniest things that we often don't see when we've achieved so we're so far from A, and maybe we're even so far away from B now that we forget that there's actually nuances in someone's mindset, someone's emotions, someone's spirituality, someone's physicality, or their finances. Right? So once you're clear on that, this is why I don't talk about demographics or psychographics. All right, or also demographic. This is the frequency of where your soulmate clients are. Right? Once you understand where they're at in all of those 5 areas, you're able to see, well, where do they want to be? Where are they now? Where do they want to be? And then your offer, I'll always say, like, you play Cupid between your soulmate client and your offer. And how do you do that is through social media. So now the way that you show up on social media and you start writing content that converts, right, is because what you're doing is you're now speaking exactly to where they're at emotionally, exactly to where they're at mentally, exactly to where they're at spiritually, exactly to where they're at physically, and exactly to where they're at financially, right? Physically might be their health. It might be what life looks like. It's the physical material world, okay? It's not where they live, unless that's something to do with your brand. And it might not be all 5 of those, right? It might be, but oftentimes it might only be 2 or 3 of those. And this is why, for example, someone who, earns 10 times the amount of money that you do is able to come to you for coaching, because you're not helping them with making more money. You're helping them with improving their emotional and spiritual well-being, right? Or mental well-being, right? Or someone that's got a better mindset than you, or they're just like amazing at mindset. They're amazing at their physical health, but they're completely disconnected from their spirituality. They've got no idea how to close down their eyes and take a moment to breathe. Right? So you would be able to support someone who's ahead of you in particular areas, but you've got something in one, 2 or 3 of the other areas that they want, right? And so that's what your offer is going to help them with. And this is why it's easy to put one main thing in your offer, one main outcome. Hey, Tomo, one main outcome in your offer than trying to do all of the things, because someone might not need all of the things, right? In that case, you would have different offers. Cool. So in your content, writing content that converts, you're sharing your message. You're sharing in a way that allows people to feel seen and heard. How do you do that? You're going to be telling them that you see their A. So you're going to be sharing, look, I see where you're at. The reason why you're here is because X, Y, and Z. And this is how you position yourself as an authority and as an expert, right? You start to share your story, your testimony, client results, your vision, showing people why they're stuck, how your methods help them go from A to B. And then you're going to show them how to buy and what to do, right? And this one thing is very simple, because so many people are like, why aren't people buying? I'm like, well, did you tell them what to do? Did you ask them to do something? I'm like, no. I'm like, there you go. Right? So selling, right? You're actively saying, if you want to do this, if you want to achieve this outcome, message me for the details for my upcoming offer, right? Or I'm about to launch something really exciting. Type exciting to go on the wait list to receive early bird bonuses or something, right? So you're using your social media very intentionally to share your message, to share your work, to show how you can help, to show that you're the best person that you can help. Then you're going to have client testimonials, you're going to have PR, podcasts, third-party introductions, right? This is really powerful. And rather than you saying how amazing you are, having someone else say how amazing you are, right? There have been so many tests and studies done around that, then elevating you in someone else's mind and seeing you as the authority, right? Which is where they're going to open their hearts, right? Think that this person gets me, and open their wallets. They're going to be like, this person gets me, and I want to pay to be part of this offer. Cool. Then the last line of this equation, this formula, is dollars, right? Well, pounds or rupiah, whichever currency you're in, right? This is where your revenue happens. As a result of your alignment plus the aligned offer, the aligned soulmate client for that offer, or the other way around, you might decide who you want to work with first and then create an offer for them. And then you're sharing to that soulmate client relevant messages, relevant posts, relevant stories about you, about them, and about your offer. Right? Very simple. Can you see how it's all working together? Equals revenue. And then once they're in your world, it's right, like they come into your shop. If you think of your coaching business like a shop, they come into your store and then you give them reasons to stay, right? You start to create your own ecosystem and economy within, because you know that once people are in your world, you're able to help them here, but you're also able to help them with this, and you're also able to help them with this, and you're also able to help them with this. And I don't know about you, but I find it a lot easier that when I find mentors and coaches that I love and that I trust, I love to stay in their world for years. My current one-on-one mentor, I've been in his world for 4.5 years now, starting with courses, starting with actually a free offer, I think. Oh, it was a little paid offer, or I watched an interview. No, I watched an interview first, and then did like a $97 offer, and then a $2,000 offer, and then now more recently a $40,000 offer, right? And again, through the lens of sales, you might be like, oh, but when you look at it through the lens of service and you see how selling is service, you look at the impact that you're able to have on someone's life. Like I think about the people, if you think about the people that have changed your life, imagine if they'd been too afraid to sell, right? I think about the people that have changed my life, and if they had been too afraid to sell, I wouldn't be the woman that I am today. I wouldn't be changing the lives that I am. I wouldn't be having the impact that I am. Whether it's through business, whether it's through my shamanic training, whether it's through my spiritual teachers, whether it's through right? And sales isn't always a high ticket, right? You get to create your business in the way that works for you, right? But it's also sometimes like you still have to sell free stuff. So even if you were running a charity, which you're not, or maybe you are, right? Even if you're running a charity, right? When we set up our charity in Bali in 2020, we still had to sell. We had to sell to get people to donate, right? And so once you heal your relationship with feeling weird, can you see now how your soul's work is literally changing lives? And when you're strategic and intentional with how you allow that to happen, and you create spaces and containers for transformations to happen, right? You're changing people's lives, and you're also stepping into your dream business, living in the way that you want to live, doing business in the way that you want to do business. Yeah. So good, Michelle, to see that. You've offered it all and too much of a stretch for clients, right? So we've looked at what to focus on to sign more dream clients. We've looked at writing content that converts. And we've looked at, and we're about to look at what to prioritize to get consistent 10K months, right? Is all those 4 things: your alignment, your offers, getting really clear, celebration, woohoo, getting really clear on who your soulmate clients are, and then getting out there on social media, talking about your work, sharing your message, sharing how people can work with you, making the offer, making sales, right? That's in order to get to 10K months. Everything else that you're trying to do right now isn't the best use of time, right? If your main goal is to get to 10K months, 5-figure months consistently, right? If you focus on those 4 things, that's where you're going to get results, right? If you don't know your income producing tasks, get clear on them. Okay. So after this conversation that we've had, out of 10 currently, so out of 10, how in alignment do you feel with your business? Out of 10, give us a number. In alignment being that you are confident, you are clear, you're clear on exactly who your ideal client is. Your offers get amazing results. You sell with ease. Potential clients are reaching out in the DMs. Your content is converting and you're making the money that you want to make. That would be like a 10 out of 10. Oh my gosh, Sarah, I love this so much. Sarah says, I often think about people who have supported me on my own journey. I'm so grateful they moved past their own blocks or limitations to create and sell that offer. And then I think about the people coming to my offers feeling the same way about me too. Yes, exactly, Sarah. Exactly. Cool. We got a 7. We got a 6. Nice. We got a 4. Awesome. Remember, no judgment. Self-judgment is a form of sabotage. Right? What we want to do is get curious and celebrate the awareness. If we start judging ourselves, that adds an extra layer to move through energetically. 5 out of 10. Amazing, Siobhan. Cool. 5. Awesome. 6. Brilliant. Okay. So how would it feel? 6. Okay, increasing clarity. I love that. How would it feel to be a 10 out of 10? Right? Just take a moment to bask in that. What would that look like? What would that feel like? What would that sound like? Right? And I know it's possible for you. This strategy, this formula that we've just walked through is how my client Corey went from $300 months to a $300,000 year last year with these strategies. She's one of my clients I've been working with for 4.5. I was working with for 4.5 years. 4 years. This is how my client Stu did his first $10,000 month while still in corporate. He was still working as corporate 9 to 5 and did a 10K month in his business. This is how my client Emma went from being a burned out doctor. You know, doctors just overwork so much, to her first £22,000 month by focusing on her spiritual alignment and then serving and creating her business in her aligned way, in her zone of magic, in her gifts. It's how my client Asha went from hospitality and then like all over the place in her business to $150,000 in her first year in her energetic coaching business. Or how Stacey had her first £10,000 week in her real estate business. Or how Tara, amazing Tara, had her first 5-figure month as a medicine woman while being a full-time mum to 3 kids and still working full-time in her corporate job. Right? This works. And like we said, we don't know how long because there are different elements, but the formula, when you apply this, it works. And if you know that this is exactly what you've been looking for, if this has been very, 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 very helpful for you, type some love, give some emojis in the comments if this has been helpful. If this is like, this is what I needed to hear today. This has been really helpful. Has this been helpful for you? I would love that. It would feel enlivening and satisfying and happy to be assisting more. Amazing. It would feel peaceful and powerful and purposeful. Yay. Okay. Incredible. If you resonate with this, I'm going to share with you a way that we can go deeper if you want this. Fempreneurs, and if there's any private clients watching this, you already get access to what I'm about to share. Yay, Stacey, I love that so much. If you want my help with this, I'm able to help you get to 10K months. And if you want to do that soon, you're like, I am freaking ready. I'm so ready. And you want me to show you exactly how to implement this in your business, the formula that we've just walked through, and you want my eyes on your business. You want one-on-one feedback, personalized feedback and coaching on exactly what you get to do and the opportunities that I see for you in your business and your alignment to get to 10K months, and you want an entire month of access to me, to my expertise, and get everything that you need to ensure that you hit 10K months soon, Rich Coach is the program that I've created for you. I am so freaking pumped for it. It's included in Fempreneur. So if you're thinking about joining Fempreneur, if you're already in Fempreneur, Fempreneur is the 6 or 12-month program that is going to help you create your dream business from the ground up to 10K months. If you want a month immersion, if you join as a result of this, just send me a message and let me know that you've watched the 10K month training, and you get, having watched this, you get a couple of bonuses. The first bonus is you get 3 months in my manifestation membership, which is daily manifestation trainings, daily coaching. That in itself is gold, right? So much gold. Bonus number 2 is that you get lifetime access to the Rich Coach program, to all updates. Already inside, there's instant access, and you get 15 hours of trainings to expand into 5-figure months and beyond. As a spiritual, soul-aligned entrepreneur, I share with you amazing different ways, perspectives, alignment, healings that you get to do to make sure that you're in alignment, your business is in alignment, your offers are in alignment, so that you can get to 10K months. Plus, you get a bonus one-on-one strategy / alignment call with me as another bonus if you join as a result of this. And this program, Rich Coach, is strategy, it is alignment, and it is walking you through. Like today, we've spent an hour talking about the formula. We spend a whole month together going through the formula, going through it in detail, going through every single step, every single element, every single piece that you need to create 10K months and beyond, forever and ever and ever on repeat. And we have hot seat coaching, we have group coaching, we have a Telegram conversation between calls. So there's two calls a week for a whole month. There's 9 calls in total. We have a welcome call plus all the other calls as well, to make sure that you've got the support that you need, the direction that you need, the clarity that you need, the business model that is best suited for your alignment, that your offers are set up, that your sales pages are set up to convert, that your messaging is set up to convert, that your social media is converting, is being shared in a way where people are reaching out and they're starting to recognize you as the leader in your field. They're starting to ask about your inquiry, about your offers, and that your offers match your soulmate client, to make sure that it's a match made in heaven. If you're playing Cupid, we want to make sure that people know that the offers that you're selling are for them. If you want access to this, it is a incredibly well priced offer for what it is. It is insane value for what you receive. This level of coaching, this level of support, this level of insight. You get access to me one-on-one in the group space, right? So it's a group program, but it's me messaging you for your results, to get your best results inside the space. Fempreneurs, you're going to get access to that. We start, if you're watching this live, we start in 2 days. If you're watching this on the replay, send me a message and we will get you the link. Or on the replay, the link may be below, so you can have a look and join yourself and get access straight away that way. If this has been helpful and you feel like someone else might benefit, someone that you know, a friend, a fellow coach would benefit from this training, please share this training with them. And if you want to take that opportunity for those bonuses to join Rich Coach, for this epic valued investment, send me a message after this or comment on this Rich Coach, and we'll see if it's for you, and I'll see you inside. Beautiful. I love that. Cool. Does anyone have any questions before we close out? I know we've been a little bit longer than an hour. There's always so much that wants to come through. Yay, Stacy. I'm so happy that you are here. Not with a baby. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Beautiful, guys. All right. I know, Michelle. I'm so excited as well. I will see you very soon. Together we heal. Together we rise. And together we co-create a whole new way.